Web YouTube. It's your boy. I want to thank y'all for supporting me. I truly appreciate it. And I want to apologize for not being as consistent as I should be with auto sampling. But with work and life and spending time with my lovely wife, and I will say this, with 95% of my free time is spent in the lab or working on music or doing things for videos for music. So I've really put a lot of time into that on my free time. But when you're working on so much stuff, and I will admit I probably spread myself a little thin, but when you're working on so much, you realize how one precious time is, and how time can fly away when you're trying to get so much done. I've realized that the art of sampling and the way I truly want to do it, and the way I started off formatting it, and the way I want to do it, takes a lot of time. Not only that, it takes a certain level of research and stuff like that as well. And then sometimes I'm not able to do it due to the projects and things I got going on. I do want to improve the content. I want to improve video quality. I really want to step it up this year and give y'all quality content. So therefore, I will be taking art of sampling. The next episode will be on Patreon. It's probably going to be somewhere between 3 weeks to a month from now. So you can go on over to my Patreon page. It should still be under Overlord Beats. And those who want to support me there, you'll get art of sampling. I'll put up some quality content. I'll have some valuable things to my subscribers and supporters there that you don't get on YouTube. But I believe Patreon is a great way to get the group of people who need my help, want my help, or want information, or just like what I do. And that way I can cater things specifically to you guys and give you quality content and valuable content, and not only that, but even gifts of value as well for supporting me. The way Patreon works, pretty much people go there, and if they want to support you, they can. If you don't, that's perfectly fine. It's not a press. But I do want to let people know that if you do support me, I want to be able to offer something of value to you if you do that. For instance, like if you do a $1 subscription a month, you'll get anywhere between 2 and 4 samples, maybe a construction kit. If you do $3 a month, you'll get somewhere between 5 to 7 samples and about 2 to 3 construction kits. $5 would give you anywhere from 10 to 15 samples and 5 to 7 construction kits and drums, and $10 will get you somewhere about 15 to 20 free samples and about 10 to 12 construction kits, a half-hour phone call to pick my brain if you need that. $20 will give somewhere around 25 free samples, 15 construction kits, and this is on a monthly basis, and I'll probably ship out maybe 2 albums every quarter, 1 to 2 albums every quarter, something like that. So I really want to give things of value out there. $30 will probably give a bunch of that stuff, along with a Skype or a video session where you can pick my brain, or I can answer any questions for you, and just share some of my techniques, secrets, or just how I do what I do and how I find ways around stumbling blocks that I come across when I'm trying to make my music. So I just thought I would go that route. And also, I'll be open to suggestions. Anything that y'all feel as though y'all need of value, I would like to be able to provide it, and really step my game up to another level to help out with this music, because I know no one helped me when it came to making beats. I had to figure a lot out on my own, to the point where even the way I talk about it sometimes ain't the most professional way, because I had to figure it out on my own. So that being said, Patreon is coming. You may have seen up here somewhere where I allowed you to skip this message so you don't have to listen to me ramble on, especially if you're not interested. I will still be putting up content, beat making videos up on YouTube. I'm not stopping that at all. But I really think the in-depth techniques and art of sampling stuff, I think that's a valuable thing, and I think I just want to share that on Patreon. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for all the support, and take care, and enjoy this episode of Art of Sampling, and I'll be talking to you guys. Peace. YouTube. Alright, welcome to Art of Sampling from the Soul. Now, this one is really not going to go over beat making. It's just going to go over how to listen and find your samples. As sample producers, we're always looking for sounds for our palette. We're looking for textures, we're looking for inspiration, and that's what the whole purpose of digging is all about. Sometimes you'll dig for a record and just get inspired by it and make a beat just from the inspiration of the record and probably not even sample it. So that's the power of vinyl, and that's the power of music, because everything is influenced by something. You may find these times where you find yourself like, oh man, I'm in a beat slump, or I can't make nothing, or this, that, the other. But I tell you what, as a producer on your grind, you always got work to do. I've done this, I said this in a previous video years ago, and I'm saying it again. As a producer on your grind, there's always work to do, and there's always something you could be doing to hone your craft or to build your sound library. It's like you can never go in the lab and not have anything to do. You may not be inspired to do anything, and if you need to go out and live life and step away from the music, by all means do that, because I believe living life brings about inspiration for music, and sometimes you got to have some life experience to bring into your music, so your music have that feeling, because ultimately that's what you want to do. You want your feeling to evoke some type of emotion, some type of feeling, not just being trendy or trying to do what's hot. I mean, I'm talking about really getting it in. And a lot of sample-based producers are able to do that and able to accomplish that. So, to get off the tangent, today I'm talking about bits and pieces, man. Bits and pieces, and how to listen to stuff, and possibly show you some things that, and records that you may have overlooked and not thought of doing. And most veterans would, but if you're a beginner, this is something to think about. And as you go out and you start buying records, and you find records at like thrift shops and garage sales and record stores and all the various crazy places you can find records, just listen to everything. And everything don't have to appeal to you, but Pete Rock said it best, there's something on every record. Now, you may not want to use, although there's something on every record, you may not want to use every record. That's just the fact of the matter. I go through records all the time, and I set stuff to the side that I have no interest in. If you just don't have no interest in it, it ain't inspiring you, then you set it to the side. But there is something on a lot of these records, and I guarantee you, in this video, I'm going to show you some things that you may not have thought about or that you may have overlooked, because we're thinking outside the box, baby. We're getting it in! Alright, so, I got a stack of records here. Stack of 45s. And like I said, I'm talking about pieces here. And I'm going to give you an idea what to do. Now, if you own a turntable, make sure you have multiple needles. And if you have an old needle, maybe it doesn't sound as crisp or clean, don't discard it. Now, if it's broken, by all means discard it, because you don't want to mess up your records. But if it's just dirty, it just doesn't have that crisp, clean sound no more, still use it, because you can use it to get grungy sounds out of your records. I'm going to give a few quick examples, and then we're going to go to the computer. Whoa. That didn't go as planned. Alright, so you heard that snare? I would take that snare. Hear the percussion? I would record that percussion. And what you want to do is you want to record these sounds. You record them into your MPC, or you can record them into Audacity, and then you want to separate them and make folders and have these sounds for the future. Again, those are drums and percussions, and you can separate them. We're going to go to the computer and you'll see exactly what I mean. But one more example, and then I'll put a bunch of these in and you'll see what I'm talking about. And the cool thing about that is what you're doing is you're gathering drum sounds, and what you're doing is you make your own drum kits, and you can layer these sounds. Now, I want to show you another technique. I call it the wavy technique. So say you get a sound that's atmospheric or strings or something like that. I should have had a record ready for that example, but let me just pull up anything right now, see what I can find. Well, I can still use that as an example. And this is what I mean. I'm going to off-center this. Now I'm going to put it on the turntable, and it's going to give me a whole different sound because it's not centered. Now, experimenting with that will give you some unique sounds, and you could probably sample something that's really, really cool just by off-centering a set of 45. Especially when you got something that's atmospheric or something that's like a long string note or intro or something like that. You know, those things will come in handy. Not only that, you want to keep everything that you can use. And a lot of times you're thinking of just maybe music, and you're just thinking of music or melodies or notes. Don't just think that. You got to think all these things. For instance, even the vinyl crackle. You got an old record. That's why I say if you have an old needle, you want to use that because you can make your own vinyl crackle sound. Like that. You record that. That's true vinyl crackle.
Here come the judge. Oh, the judge is hot. Everybody's going to jail this morning.
That's something good to capture. Like crowd noises and people laughing, all these things you want to put in your arsenal of sounds, effects, and things of that nature, so you'll have them when you need them. So if you want some crowd noise gently in the back, you can sample all this stuff in vinyl. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the computer and you're going to see a bunch of examples in there and see how I edit them. All right, so here I am. I'm inside Audacity. I'm going to play these things. I'm only going to play a few of them, but just to give you an idea, what I do is I just take a bunch of stuff that I want to record. I just made it one mono track, but I'm going to take everything that I want to record, and I'm going to, right here, watch my mouse, right here is where this is what you call a transport bar. I pause and then hit record, and then I'll record. Once I get the piece I want, I'll pause it, get the next record, unpause it, get the next piece I want, and I make one long track full of stuff. So let's check it out. So whether it's percussions, whether it's stabs, where this one I was focusing on drums. And I don't always get caught up in the quality of the record all the time. Because sometimes I find myself still being able to use it. Alright, so for instance, let's take this here. Because you're like, oh, this sounds crap, but this could actually be used, especially if I'm using a vinyl thing and I want my snare to sound crispy anyway. So I'll probably go in. No, what I'll do is I'll cut this. Then I'll paste. Now I got a new track. Come to the very beginning, and now I can focus on this particular snare alone. I can solo it, and now I can go to my effects, highlight this, go to my effect. I can normalize it. I can compress it. I'm gonna normalize it to make it louder. Okay. So here we go.
Now, if I just want that and I want this to tail off, maybe not sound so, I can take this portion here, right here, go to my effect, hit fade out. Now listen to it. Now, by itself, might sound a little crappy to you, but in the right beat, right situation, it could be magic. Layered with another snare and slightly lowered, that crackle effect could give me the texture I need for a particular beat that I'm working on. So let's go to another piece. So now we're going to mute this one out. Go back to the main track. So sound want that Congo roll. That's something I can use. Again, I'll cut it. Hit paste. It makes me another track. Solo this track. Effect. Normalize it. Listen to it. So I want to cut that shorter. So now what I'm going to do is here, zoom in. Perfect. So now I'll come here. Get rid of this. Effect. No, just cut this off. Cut that off. And here in my effect, I'm going to fade that out. Effect. Fade out. There we go. Go to the top of the track. Now listen to it. So now I got a Congo roll that I can use in a beat. And in some cases, I'll leave that extra space because I don't know if I'll need it in editing purpose. So I'll leave that space. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a folder. So you go to your desktop, make yourself a folder, call it drums, select this. Now I'm just selecting this particular one. Hit file, hit export. I'll come here, hit export selected audio. This asks what folder I want to put it in. Save as, give it a name, Congo roll, and then place it in the folder. And I'll do that with my snares, my kicks, and then just keep that folder on your desktop somewhere, or keep it on a flash drive, but keep it somewhere. So when you're in one of those slumps again, you'll come back, you start doing drums. Now you can start adding to your kicks folder. You can start adding to your snare folder, your effects folder, your rolls. Like you might have a snare roll, Congo roll. However you want to organize it, you'll organize it. Now, if you want to put the title or the record that you got it from, that's perfectly fine too. But you want to organize your stuff. And now you got yourself some drums. Now, let's come out of here because I was just using this as an example. Take that one away. Maybe I don't want to take it away. Let's put it back. We're gonna put that back. All right. So we're gonna mute this, unsolo it. Yep, and mute it. And we're gonna mute this, and then we're gonna unmute this one. So this is the only thing that's being played right now. Right? And for example, now I can go to my other folders where my sounds are. Just give you a quick example. Let's go here. Let's go to drums. Let's go to clap. So I want that. I'll drag that in. And then say I want a snare. Let's use this one. Alright. So let's go to the top of all my stuff. So here, let's zoom in. So I got this snare, and I have these. These are in stereo. So, but either way, you'll see I got all these snares. Now I want to hit them. They're all going to play together. See, hear that? So, now say I want to reduce this volume on this one. Now listen. I can even reduce it even lower. Hear that? Now if I want to have more presence, I'll bring it up further. And maybe I want this particular one. Let's solo this and see what this sounds like. Maybe I want that to be stronger. And then I'll unsolo it. Solo this one. Maybe I'll leave it as is. Right? So unsolo it. Now play them all together and see how it sound now. Now, if this really bothers me so much, I can come here and do another fade out. So effect, fade out. It's going to be lower. Go back. Now it doesn't tail off so long. But ideally, I'll probably reduce this more, then I'll have this effect. Right? And then what I could do is, if I only had these in here and I erased all the other tracks, I can select them all. And then what it will do is, it would export everything as one stereo track. Or I can export them all as one mono track. And it will layer those drums together to make me one drum. So you can really do some editing inside of Audacity and get it in. So gather your pieces. And you can do the same thing with horn stabs, bass notes, and stuff like that.
Alright, so I guess what I'm trying to say is enjoy the little things. A lot of times we're looking for these big elaborate phrases, loops, and musical phrases, and all these things, and notes, and we're looking for all these things to chop up these samples. And a lot of times we should just be listening for everything. Sometimes it's one little sound or one little note or drum sound or anything that could inspire you to make a beat. So I'm always listening for anything that inspires me. There's a segment on YouTube where producers get this crate and there's a whole bunch of random shit in it and they make beats out of it. And it's not records, it's like, it could be a shaker, it could be a spray bottle, it could be a fork, anything. And that's just, I like that because what it does is it tells you to expand your imagination. That music is everywhere around us. So when you're listening to your favorite songs and you listen to music and you're watching movies, if you hear a sound that inspires you, you need to capture that sound. Capture that sound. Take all these other little elements, different pieces from different places, and bring it all together, because that's what's going to make it unique. And then what you're going to do is you're going to find yourself gravitating to a certain sound, certain things, and certain textures that will help develop your sound. So don't limit yourself. Listen out for the little things, because we don't always have to listen for the grand big thing, or that one loop or that one record or anything. It could be anything. It could be an intro, it could be an atmospheric sound, it could be anything. So please enjoy the little things, keep your mind open, and